President Bola Ahmed Tinubu embarked on a private visit to France on Wednesday, marking his third private visit to a foreign country since he was elected president. Shortly after winning the presidential election last year, Tinubu departed for Paris, well, according to his media aide at the time. The trip was to enable the president rest and prepare for lesser Hajj in Saudi Arabia. Months later in June, after attending the Global Financial Pact Summit in France, the presidency announced that Tinubu headed to London on a short private visit. Well, in a statement by presidential spokesperson Ajuri Ngalali on Wednesday, Tinubu will return to the country in the first week of February. A lot to discuss here as well, but meanwhile, the Special Advisor, Information and Strategy to President Tinubu, Bayo Ononuga, on Wednesday, refuted claims of any intention to relocate the Federal Capital Territory to Lagos, labeling the allegations as politically motivated tactics by opponents. The president's media aide, in a post on X, criticized those perpetrating the allegations as dishonest actors seeking attention through ethnic and religious and regional divides. His tweets reads in part, President Tinubu has no plan whatsoever to move the federal capital to Lagos. The rumor first surfaced during the campaign last year by opponents looking for all manners of weapons to stop him. We trashed it. Those peddling it anew are dishonest, ethnic and regional champions trying to draw attention to themselves. Abuja has come to stay. It is backed by law. The movement of FAN, a Department of Aviation Ministry, to Lagos, where it was based before former Minister Hadi Sirika moved it to Abuja during the last administration, does not amount to moving the FCT to Lagos. The administrative move should have attracted scant attention, as Lagos is the commercial capital and the hub of aviation business in Nigeria. FAN should be nowhere else but near the industry it regulates. FAN will still maintain some presence in Abuja, as it is not a wholesale movement. Similarly, the movement of some departments of the CBN to Lagos should not trigger any hoopla. All those pushing this campaign of falsehood know they are playing politics, albeit a dangerous politics, to pit the North against the South. Well, Bayo's statement is coming after Senator Ali Ndume, the chairman Senate Committee on the Army, on Tuesday warned the president that there will be political consequences if he insists on moving some departments of the CBN of Nigeria, Central Bank of Nigeria, and Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria headquarters to Lagos. Let's take a listen.
You know, this is a consensus because we only have one federal capital, and that is Abuja. All these Lagos boys that are thinking that Lagos is Nigeria are just misinforming or advising the president wrongly. The regulators of the financial institutions are supposed to be or are in Abuja. Do you want them to move back to where, because you say Lagos is the commercial capital? This is one of the mistakes, and I'm sure Mr. President will reverse it because it doesn't work. You can't have two capitals. Is the CBN governor going to be operating from Lagos and the headquarters of the CBN is in Lagos? Or do you now say that because majority of our oil is extracted from South-South, you take NNPC to South-South? Or is it because Nigeria's agricultural district is more in the north, you take Ministry of Agric to anywhere in the north? It doesn't work that way. And that is one of the problems that is cropping up. But I'm very sure, I'm very confident that Mr. President will look at this because he's a nationalist, not just a Lagos man. Some of these people think that, I'll repeat, some of them think that Lagos is Nigeria. Lagos is not Nigeria.
Well, all right. Senator Ali Ndume there talking about, Tinubu being misled by Lagos boys. I believe you guys treated this a little bit, but there was no soundbite, so I thought it was important to highlight this so there will be no, people saying that he was quoted out of context. But Boya Ononuga, made a very solid point, as well as Ali Ndume saying that Tinubu is a nationalist, and the fact that, FAN was in Lagos before it was moved back to Abuja, and has clarified that this is all political, as well as Tinubu's trip to France.
Okay, we discussed this yesterday, but it's good because the story is still out there.
Yes.
So we might as well visit it again. The main point by Mr. Bayo Ononuga is that this has been politicized and that the Tinubu administration has no plans whatsoever to move the Federal Capital Territory back to Lagos. After all, it was a matter of law. You know, the decision taken was not an arbitrary decision. The committee was set up and the Federal Capital Territory was chosen when under General Babangida, Federal Capital Territory was chosen. So the politics that is being played is unfortunate, most unfortunate. But yesterday I said Senator Ali Ndume was just blowing hot hair. You know, all those things he was saying. There will be consequences, there will be this and that. You know, funny enough, he's chief whip. What is the role of a chief whip? Chief whips are supposed to support the position of their parties, absolutely, you know, the leadership of their party. So this is a classical example of a chief whip, you know, turning against the leader of his own party. So maybe the chief whip himself needs to be whipped into line. So if we're talking politics. Right. But beyond that, you know, the issue again is that there have been other commentators on the subject. Right. Now, I read one statement by someone who said, look, most of these people are saying, don't move CBN, don't move this to Lagos. That these are persons who have been put there by their influential sponsors and fathers who do not want to come to Lagos, who are happy just being within the system and being unproductive. That's one view. Second view, I think by Senator Akime, who is a representative of Kogi West. He said, Ali Ndume is on his own. That he's speaking for himself, he's not speaking for the North, for whatever reasons that are best known to him. So nobody should take Ali Ndume's position as the position of the North on the matter. So that's another view. A third view with regard to CBN is that of Emir Sanusi Lamido. Right. Emir Lamido Sanusi has said that it is a good decision to move some departments of the CBN to Lagos, because when he was CBN governor, he in fact wanted to do the same thing, to improve efficiency. And we've been making the point about efficiency. If these moves will increase efficiency, then we could do it. We better do it. He said in his time he wanted to move 2 deputy governors in charge of operations and all of that to Lagos, because most of the banks, their headquarters, they are in Lagos. And that he thought it will improve efficiency. Now, Emir Sanusi is a northerner. And that's why you see that, you know, nobody should say Ali Ndume is speaking for the North. He's speaking for himself. Okay, that's that about that. So nobody should play politics with these things. If it's for efficiency in terms of operation, that's fine. Second point has to do with the trip of President Tinubu to France. Now, it raises questions. Some people will say, why is he always going to France on private visits? Private visit is the word. Private visit. Right. Why is it not private visit to US? Why is it not private visit to London? Why is it not private visit? Private visit to London. Okay. That was after the... Well, no, that one was described as a stopover. They said it was a stopover. But it was to London. However, yes, to London, where he spent additional 1 week or so. So, as a result of this, people are suspicious. They think that this is a case of medical tourism. But nobody has been able to establish it. However, the speculation about whether it's for health reasons or not is not new. I've cited the example before on this program of President Grover Cleveland of the United States. He's 22nd and 24th president of the United States. Now, during his second term, he had mouth cancer. He disappeared for a few days to go and have surgery on ICs. Nobody could find him. At a time when America was having serious issues with the economy, there was a lot of issues. People say, how can the president of America disappear when there is so much crisis within the country? So that's what happens with presidents. Now, at that time, the journalist who reported the story was victimized. He was even sacked from his job until Matthew Algio wrote a book titled, "The President is a Sick Man," and revealed the truth that, in fact, the president disappeared to go and have a medical surgery on high seas. So a president is the property of the people. Right. If the president is going to disappear, people want to know the details. Yes. He cannot go AWOL. Yes. Away without leave. He cannot just disappear like that. Not. And this one, he has not disappeared. He says private visit. I think, there's some cleverness there. A president is entitled to private visit. Okay. He's entitled to official visit. He's entitled to state visit. Right. He's entitled to working visit. These are the 4 categories of, of visits for a president under the diplomatic calendar. But Nigerians say, we want to know what this private visit is all about. Is it to go and attend a pepper soup party, a jollof rice party, or is it to go and, what is it about?
It's a private visit.
It's governor, it's the president himself and his managers that have, generated this request. But are there Nigerian journalists who, like that American journalist of 1893, can do investigative journalism and tell us the truth?
I posed that